The more severe, contagious B117 COVID variant has been confirmed in the Panhandle. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story tonight, the Panhandle Public Health District has officially received confirmation that as of Friday afternoon, a male teen, a female teen, and a woman in her 30s have tested positive for the B117 COVID variant. This variant was initially detected in the UK and in the US this past December. It spreads more easily and quickly than other variants, which may lead to more COVID cases within the potential for increased severity. PPHD Director Kim Engel says finding this strain in the Panhandle reinforces the importance of getting your COVID vaccine and to consider it your molecular PPE and one of the best protections against the insidious virus. Well, it would appear the chances of a new Camping World store in Sidney may have dimmed yet again with the latest announcement by the company. Last week, Camping World's Holdings announced an agreement to purchase about 9 acres of land adjacent to I-80 in Cheyenne for a new supercenter location. In the statement on the company's website, CEO and Chair Marcus Lemonis said the company is excited to open their first location in Wyoming with an anticipated opening date in late this year or early 2022. Last August, he had said through a posting on his Facebook page that the company was planning locations in both Sidney and Lincoln. In early March, the company officially announced a location in Lincoln, but any mention of Sidney was absent. Well, coming up after the break, Steve Kjos in with your full week forecast. KNEB.TV News will be back right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
And welcome into KNEB.TV weather here this evening. I'm Steve Kjos. Hope everyone had a terrific Easter weekend and an Easter Sunday yesterday where we got a new record high temperature in Scottsbluff yesterday. It reached up to 86 degrees, setting that new record high. The next few hours will hold in the 60s through early evening, and then by overnight and into early morning, we're going to have overnight lows that dip down into the 40s, and then by tomorrow morning, we may see some precipitation. It's going to be a much cooler day tomorrow as a cold front swipes down upon us, and we'll have high temperatures tomorrow only in the 40s compared to 70s and 80s the last several days. Normal high and low for this time of year, about 58 and 29. That high in Scottsbluff yesterday again was 86, a new record high, well above those normal highs for this time of year. Normal low, we're closer to that figure. The morning low at 30, and the normal low is about 29. Record high was 81 that we broke for yesterday's date in Scottsbluff by achieving that new record high temperature of 86. Temperatures around the region now, after a day where temps reached into the 70s and some low 80s, maybe a little bit cooler than Easter Sunday, but still very mild weather all across the region today, and temperatures holding in the 60s and 70s across many areas at this hour. As we swing into temperatures for overnight, as you see here, temps are holding in the 60s and into the 70s across most areas, but by tonight we'll have overnight lows that drop down into the 40s. Winds are generally light around the region. We've had gusts at times around some spots in the Panhandle today up over 20 miles per hour, but as a rule winds have been fairly across the area today. The futurecast is going to call for some showers, areas of precipitation. Precipitation amounts may be heavier up in north areas of the Panhandle and in north central Nebraska, where snowfall amounts may be significant in some of those areas. Rain across areas of the Nebraska Panhandle will be fairly light, as opposed to those areas further north where snowfall amounts could even be greater. We'll check on those amounts here in a little bit. Forecast lows overnight tonight, 30s and some 40s. Looks like some of those colder temps across the North Panhandle, 33 at Lusk, 38 degrees at Chandron, 37 at Gordon. Some temps may hold in the low to mid 40s for overnight lows tonight. As we look at these areas of precipitation moving through the region, it's going to be rain in areas of the central and south with maybe a flake or two of snow. Get a little further into the North Panhandle, areas of snow may develop by tonight into tomorrow with snowfall amounts that may be fairly significant in some of those areas of the North Panhandle. Forecast highs, as we mentioned earlier today, they're going to be considerably chillier tomorrow. As we look at these forecast highs, some areas may even not make 40 degrees. Generally it'll be 40 degree weather though, mid to upper 40 degree temps for the high tomorrow, but a lot chillier than what we've seen lately. Again, the precipitation amounts will be lighter in areas of the central and southern Panhandle, more so in areas of the north where some of that precip could fall in the form of snow, with snowfall amounts, as you see up there in those parts of the North Panhandle, around the Chandron area, 4 to 8 inches, Gordon 2 to 4 inches. As you look in other areas, the snowfall forecast amounts are quite low, and as we mentioned earlier, a lot of that precip in those other areas may fall in the form of rain, with occasional snow showers possible. Overnight lows tonight, with a 20% chance of precipitation, about 42 or so around Scottsbluff. It will be a little bit breezy overnight. Tomorrow's forecast highs a lot chillier, with that 40% chance of precip in the form of rain and or some snow showers tomorrow. Winds will be fairly light, around 20 miles per hour, and high temps only about 45. That 3-day forecast, the high that we had today, is going to end up being, looks like, the warmest temperature we've had all week. So we have highs back in the 40s tomorrow. We may improve to near 60 on Wednesday, and then back to some 70 degree temps by Thursday with sunshine. Then it turns windy and colder again on Friday. We may rebound with highs in the 70s on Saturday. Sunday highs again will drop down back into the 50s. That is an update on our KNEB.TV weather for today.
Why settle for Wi-Fi that just usually works? Why settle for customer service that's subpar? Why settle for service that's outdated? You don't have to. Settle for more with Allo, the faster, more reliable internet experience that's built for the way you use all your devices. For answers, visit us at allofiber.com/switch today. Allo, settle for more.
Many people count on space heaters and electric blankets to help stay warm in the winter. Here are a few safety tips. Space heaters need space all around them. Only buy space heaters that are tested and labeled by a national recognized facility. Before using a space heater or electric blanket, inspect the cord for cracks or warm spots. Finally, turn off electric blankets when not in use. Space heaters and electric blankets can provide needed comfort or can be deadly if not used with care. So use caution this winter season. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power District, your touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
Back. A busy agenda for the Scottsbluff County Board today as they once again are discussing the Stiegel Road project with a review of costs and additional work by county staff, as well as a revision on the project from a 3R classification to a maintenance project. The change in classification would come because engineers have said the change in type of interlayment approved by the board now would not provide a structural component to the project. The panel will be considering approval of 6 special designated licenses for Papa Moon Vineyards and Winery as well, and a resolution opposing the Biden administration's 30 by 30 land preservation plan. Morrill County Commissioners approved such a resolution last month. Well, another step towards the finalization of the 18th Street Downtown Plaza in Scottsbluff among the items to be considered by the Scottsbluff City Council tonight. The panel is slated to acknowledge receiving a CCC-FF award and to authorize the mayor to sign that contract. The council would also consider action on a request from the Business Improvement District to fund the remaining $25,000 needed to have engineer plans created. Other subjects on tap include adoption of owner-occupied rehabilitation program guidelines and approval of a number of festival permits and special designated liquor licenses. And law enforcement and prosecutors are investigating after an inmate at the state prison in Tecumseh was attacked and repeatedly stabbed over the weekend. The attack happened Saturday in the prison's outside yard when 2 inmates cut and stabbed another inmate in his arms and torso. Prison staff found 2 homemade weapons, and an investigation into the assault has begun. Prison officials say the Johnson County Attorney will review the findings of the investigation to determine whether to pursue criminal charges. Meanwhile, the Nebraska Department of Correctional Services will go through its disciplinary process to punish the attackers by such means as docking good time privileges. Well, coming up after the break, Chris Cottrell.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
I've struggled with my weight since I was 13, but weight loss surgery changed my life. I've lost 120 pounds, 80 inches, and gained a whole new outlook on life.
Weight loss surgery may be the answer to your weight and health problems. Regional West offers the support of skilled surgeons and a dedicated bariatric team for your journey to a healthier you. Learn more about weight loss options at Regional West. It's time for a new you.
In boots, new and old, you've walked the rows of life, a fence length of time. You fought the floods, snow, and sweltering heat, and lifted breathing and settled pain. With a smile and a cry, you've strengthened your community and future generations. Sometimes with nothing to say. Often can't say enough. Like, let me do it again.
Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
Playing some weekend catch-up for you today on the TV Update. It was a great start to the weekend for the WNCC volleyball program as they finished up a 3-0 stay in Casper, winning the Region 9 tournament last Friday afternoon. They beat NJC in 5 sets. This week, they start preparations for the national tournament that'll be held next week in West Plains, Missouri, next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Now, the basketball season for the WNCC men is over now, while the women are ready to head to La Junta, Colorado. Otero hosting, starting with quarterfinals on Thursday of this week. Lady Cougars enter as the number 2 seed. They're 14-4 so far on the season, and after dropping their first 2 games back from that COVID pause, they've now won back-to-back games heading into the tournament this week. As for the Cougar men, season over, they wrap up things at 8-11. What about baseball and softball? Those 2 teams combined to go just 1-7 over the weekend. They made stops at Lamar and Trinidad State, and both teams have midweek action this week. The baseball team at Southeast Community College in Beatrice before coming home for action this weekend. The softball team trying to find their footing. They've got a road trip to New Mexico to take on Luna Community College. Also, soccer opened up their season with the men 1-1 and the women at 1-0-1. Both teams home this weekend. High school-wise, quickly, Scottsbluff soccer at Northwest today, plus a few changes to the schedule. Varsity girls tennis tomorrow, scheduled for Alliance. That's been postponed and moved to this Thursday, and that junior high track meet has been pushed back from tomorrow to next Tuesday, the 13th. That'll do it for today. The latest from right here at the Sports Desk on the Rural Radio Network, KNEB.TV. I'm Chris Cottrell.
In boots, new and old, you've walked the rows of life, a fence length of time. You fought the floods, snow, and sweltering heat, and lifted breathing and settled pain. With a smile and a cry, you've strengthened your community and future generations. Sometimes with nothing to say. Often can't say enough. Like, let me do it again.
When you call Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At Platte Valley Bank, we offer loans with competitive rates and quick decisions from our experienced lenders. Our team works hard to get to know you and your business. From ag to auto, home loans, and everything in between, we're here to help. Stop by Platte Valley Bank or apply online to find the loan that is right for you today.
And finally tonight, the Leeds Scottsbluff Public Library has once again thrown open their doors to allow patrons to enjoy an in-person experience. The reopening starting this week coincides with National Library Week, and Library Director Aaron Aschenbrenner says there are a variety of events planned through the celebration. While masks will be required and there will be social distancing as much as possible inside, Aschenbrenner tells KNB News the entire staff is just thrilled to welcome patrons in person.
It doesn't feel the same when you can't talk to your community and when we can't have that one-on-one interaction with patrons. And, you know, virtual programming has been a great experience, and we've learned a lot, and we've been able to touch a lot of people that way, but it just isn't the same when you can't look at everyone eye to eye.
Among the activities are a poet tree on which patrons take a paper leaf and write down why they love the library and what they'd like to see in the future. You can also register to win one of two library-themed gift baskets, one each for kids and adults. On Saturday afternoon, the Friends of the Library are hosting their Verses, Rhymes, and Excellent Times with local poet Ray Whitney to wrap up National Library Week. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. I'll see you here next time.